Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. I'm Nuzat Sana and in this video we'll be doing the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. Okay, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 18th and 19th of June 2023. So now without taking much of your time, let's get started. Also today maybe the visibility of the pen would be low because of some technical issues, so please cooperate with that. Okay, let's start with the session. Which city hosted the first National Training Conclave? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the first National Training Conclave in New Delhi, and it is an effort by the government, the aim of which is to strengthen the training infrastructure for civil servants across India. And this event was hosted by Capacity Building Commission and it is sponsored by the National Program for Civil Services Capacity Building Mission Karma Yogi. Okay, simply, which city was the host for the first National Training Conclave? Answer would be New Delhi. Now, which state was the host for the National Conference on Recent Advances in School Education? This is the state Punjab, right? Then which country was the host for the Air Defender 23 Air Force exercise? Answer is Germany. Okay, also don't forget that Germany was the host of Special Olympics World Games 2023. Fine. Now, India recently held a maritime partnership exercise with two other countries in the Gulf of Oman, right? And which are these two countries? These are France and the country UAE. Also, you have to remember that from India's side, INS Turkish participated in this event, right? So these are the few important hosts and the conferences that were in news. Who is the head of the Border Security Force as of 2023? So Nitin Agarwal, who is a 1989 batch IPS officer of Kerala cadre, was appointed as the new Director General of BSF, and he has replaced Mr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, who retired on 31st of December, and Central Reserve Police Force Director General Sujoy Lal Thausen led BSF in an additional capacity since Pankaj Kumar Singh's retirement. Fine. So who is the current head of BSF? Answer would be Mr. Nitin Agarwal. Now let's see a few of the recent appointments. First of all, who is the 78th United Nations General Assembly President? So Dennis Francis has been elected as the President for 78th UNGA. Second appointment is about Mr. Ajay Yadav. Recently, he has been appointed as the new MD of SECI. Full form is Solar Energy Corporation of India. Then, who is the new Director General of Geological Survey of India? This is Janardhan Prasad. Okay. Also, our CAG GC Murmu has recently been re-elected as the external auditor of the World Health Organization for 4 years of term. Okay, means he would be the external auditor of WHO from 2024 up to 2027. Fine. So these are the few important appointments. Now you have to tell me who is the current Chief Minister of Karnataka State and who is the current Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka State. Do let me know in the comment section. Now next question is, which state or the union territory hosted the National Conference of Tribal Writers? So the first ever National Conference of Tribal Writers was recently held in Jammu and Kashmir, and its participants have set up a forum to safeguard authentic tribal literature and encourage the youngsters to showcase their unique culture through writing. Fine. Simply, which state or the union territory was the host for the National Conference of Tribal Writers? Answer would be Jammu and Kashmir. Now here let's talk about some important G20 meetings. First of all, which city was the host for the G20 Development Ministers meeting? The city was Varanasi. Next is G20 SAI Summit, full form is Supreme Audit Institution Summit, and for this event the venue was the state Goa. Next is which state was the host for the second G20 Anti-Corruption Working Group meeting? So the host for this meeting was Uttarakhand state, and if we talk precisely, it was Rishikesh. Rishikesh was the host for this event. Okay. Then Asian Tourism Forum 2024 event would be hosted by Laos in the month of January in 2024. Under which theme? So theme for this event is quality and responsible tourism sustaining Asian future. This was the whole theme. Fine. Next question is, which country clinched its maiden Women's Junior Hockey Asia Cup title? So India is the winner for this, and India has defeated 4-time champions South Korea, and with this we have clinched our maiden Women's Junior Hockey Asia Cup in Japan. The venue for this event was Japan. Okay, and this marked India's first ever win in the tournament, and the Indian captain Preeti was named as the player of the match. Fine. So here correct answer would be India, and India has won this title by defeating the country South Korea. Now can you tell me which is the only cricket team to win an ICC title in all the 3 formats? This is the country Australia. So Australia has scripted history because they have become the first men's team in the world cricket to win an International Cricket Council world title in all the 3 formats. And Australia achieved this feat when they defeated India in the finals of the World Test Championship 2021-23 at the Oval to become the new world champion of the Test cricket. Fine. Simply you can be asked that which is the only cricket team in the world to win an ICC title in all the 3 formats? Answer would be Australia. Now here if you talk about few important sport related current affairs. So first of all, who has recently won the Roland Garros 2023 trophy? So it has been won by Novak Djokovic, who is from the country Serbia. Novak Djokovic has won this trophy by defeating Casper Ruud, and Casper Ruud is from Norway. Okay. Then Indian captain Rohit Sharma has recently become the 3rd Indian opener to cross 13,000 runs across formats. And who are the other 2 players? First is Virendra Sehwag and second is Sachin Tendulkar. Okay. Next news is the most successful Indian left arm spinner in Test cricket is Ravindra Jadeja, and he has broke the record of Bishan Singh Bedi. Fine. Simply you can be asked that who is the most successful Indian left arm spinner in Test cricket? Answer would be Ravindra Jadeja. Okay. Now next question is, International Albinism Awareness Day 2023 is observed on which date? So we observe the International Albinism Awareness Day on 13th of June as the United Nations effort to stop the brutalities against the people with albinism. Okay. What is this albinism? It is basically a genetically inherited condition that results in little or no melanin in the skin, hair and eyes, which causes vulnerability to the sun and bright light. Okay. And the theme for this year's celebration of International Albinism Awareness Day is inclusion is strength. Fine. So two things are important. When do we observe this day? Answer would be 13th of June. And what is the theme for this year? So this is inclusion is strength. Okay. Now let's see a few important days and themes. We observe the World Elder Abuse Awareness Day on 15th of June, so as to bring attention to the various forms of abuse, abandonment and misuse suffered by the senior citizens. Okay, and this year the theme is closing the circle. Fine. Now, when do we observe the World Day Against Child Labor? We observe this day every year on 12th of June, and this year the theme is social justice for all and child labor. Fine. Then we observe the World Milk Day every year on 1st of June, World Bicycle Day on 3rd of June. And what was the theme for this year's Bicycle Day? It was riding together for a sustainable future. Fine. So these are the few important days and themes. Next question is, as per the data from My Government India, how many digital transactions were recorded in India in 2022? So as per the data from My Government India, India has recorded 89.5 million digital transactions in the year 2022, and with this we have topped the list of 5 countries in digital payments, and India accounted for 46% of the global real-time payments, and the digital payment transactions in India are more than the other 4 leading countries combined. Okay, so as per this data, 89.5 million digital transactions were recorded in India in 2022. Next is, Sanshodhak vessel which was launched recently belongs to which class of sea vessels? So the 4th vessel, named as Sanshodhak, belongs to the class of Survey, large SVL project of Indian Navy, and it was recently launched in Chennai. That's why it was in news. Okay, this vessel was built by Larsen and Toubro GRSE for Indian Navy, and the launch ceremony was attended by different personalities like Vice Admiral Adhir Arora, Chief Hydrographer to Government of India, etc. Okay, and the ship Sanshodhak signifies primary role of ship as a survey vessel. So this vessel belongs to the class of survey vessels. Fine. Now let's see a few important Indian Navy related current affairs. Few days back we have seen that Indian Navy has recently conducted the sea trials of 6th Scorpion class submarine under Project 75, the name of which was INS Berkshire. Right? Can you name the rest 5 of them? Do let me know in the comment section if you know. Then INS Kavaratti was also in news these days. Why? Because it has participated in exercise Samudra Shakti, which is exercise between India and Indonesia. Right? So that's why INS Kavaratti is important. Third is INS Mormugao. It was also in news these days. Why? Because INS Mormugao successfully conducted its first firing of BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. Fine. Then last ship is INS Magar, and it was in news because INS Magar has been decommissioned recently after providing 36 years of service to the Indian Navy. Fine. Next question is, which country has decided to rejoin UNESCO? So US plans to join the UNESCO and pay more than $600 million in back dues. Okay. So US have stated that the country's decision to return was motivated by the concern that China is filling the gap left by the US in UNESCO policy making, especially in setting the standards for artificial intelligence and technology education around the world. Fine. So USA has decided to rejoin UNESCO recently. Now don't forget that UK has recently appointed Jane Marriott as the first woman envoy to the country Pakistan. Okay. Also, 5 new countries have been elected as the non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council. And which are these 5 non-permanent members? Slovenia, Algeria, Guyana, Republic of Korea, Sierra Leone. Fine. Then who is the first female Secretary General of World Meteorological Organization? Answer would be Celeste Solo. Okay. Headquarters of WMO lies in Geneva, Switzerland. Now next question is, where is the World Squash Federation Squash World Cup held? So the World Squash Federation Squash World Cup is held at Chennai from 13th to 17th of June 2023. And 8 countries including India participated in this tournament. Which are these countries? Hong Kong first of all, then Japan, Malaysia, Egypt, South Africa, Australia and Colombia along with India. Okay. And the last edition of the World Cup was also held in Chennai in the year 2011, and this is the 4th edition of the event. Fine. So here answer would be Chennai. Now let's see a few important sport related current affairs. These days FIFA Under 20 World Cup 2023 is in news, and it has been won by the country Uruguay recently by defeating the country Italy. Fine. And which country was the venue for this event? Answer is Argentina. Next is ICC Players of the Month May have been declared recently. And who's the ICC Player of the Month in men's category? Answer would be Harry Tector. Okay. And he is from the country Ireland. With this, he has become the first player from Ireland to win this title. And in the women's category, the winner is Thipacha Putta Wong. Okay. And she is from the country Thailand. Now who's the 82nd Grandmaster of India? This is an important question. 82nd Grandmaster of India is Woppala Praneeth, and he is from the state of Telangana. Fine. Next question is, what is the retail inflation in India during May 2023? So India's retail inflation got reduced further in May to a 20-month low of 4.25% from 4.7% in April, with price rise in food items faced by the consumers moderating to 2.91%. Okay. So this is the 3rd successive month that inflation has remained below the RBI's upper tolerance limit of 6%. Fine. So at present, the retail inflation in India in the month of May was 4.25%. Now what was the repo rate after June 2023 meeting? So that would be 6.5%. This value is also important. And the growth rate of global economy as per the World Bank is 2.1%. Fine. Now the last question says, which state announced a monthly pension of 10,000 rupees for the Padma awardees from the state? So Haryana has announced a monthly pension of 10,000 rupees for the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan awardees of the state. And also the state has announced free travel facility for them in Volvo buses of the Haryana roadways. So here answer would be Haryana. Who is the current Chief Minister of Haryana? Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar. Now if we see a few important state related current affairs. First of all, the 5th State Food Safety Index has been released recently, in which if we talk about the larger states category, so the top 3 states are Kerala, Punjab and Tamil Nadu. Then if we talk about smaller states category, so the top 3 states in this are Goa, Manipur and Sikkim. And talking about the union territories, first is Jammu and Kashmir, second is Delhi and the third is Chandigarh. Okay. Then which state has recently released the guaranteed pension scheme to its employees? This is Andhra Pradesh. And the qualified employees will be entitled to a pension equivalent to 50% of their most recent salary. Okay. So this was the scheme from Andhra Pradesh state. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.